WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskey. I have a whammy for you today, Speymalt. 2000 distilled, 2020 bottled, sherry cask number 1760, 278 bottles worldwide, 56.7% ABV, Whiskybase number 182376. I paid €324 for this. At the moment, Whiskybase, it starts at 450 and goes up to €600 to have the privilege to buy this bottle. All right, so yeah, Speymalt is a independently filled bottled Macallan. So it says Macallan here on this. So it's Speymalt from Macallan Distillery, Single Malt Scotch Whisky, and it's Gordon MacPhail that does it. So I must admit that the information on this bottle is a little bit vague. It doesn't say anything, basically. It says the Speymalt from Macallan Distillery range includes a series of exceptional single malts, each matured in the highest quality oak selected by Gordon MacPhail. So all I know is this was an oak. Come on, guys. At least you could put on the label someplace, sherry cask. Not even that is here. I mean, yes, I can assume and I know that it's sherry, but a little bit more information would be nice. Now, it does say here at the next part, rich sherry aromas with hints of dark toffee and citrus. The palate holds cracked black pepper, followed by stewed plums and festive spices. The finish is medium bodied, with charred oak and lingering chocolate. Cask 176, bottles 278. So that's a little bit vague. Yeah, at least tell me what type of cask it was. You don't have to say it was anything, but a Whiskybase says it was a sherry cask. Good. So I am going to compare this. Unfortunately, the bottle has been actually disposed of. We have here, this is Whiskybase number 174829. This is also a Speymalt. This is 2003 to 2020, 17-year-old, and what we do know is that it was a first fill ex-sherry hogshead. Hogsheads are not used in the sherry industry, so that was a seasoned cask. 261 bottles and 57.9%. The price I paid was €239, and it now starts at €400 online and goes all the way up to $650, which I do not understand. I rewatched my review of this, and I remember just going, this stuff is not good. I wouldn't even pay €80 for this. It's just a artificial marzipan with a bitterness towards the end. It's just not worth the money. And you can actually see the difference in the colors. This is a natural old sherry cask, more brown. And this is a seasoned cask, more red. Look at that redness in here. Where does that redness come from? Well, it's a first fill sherry, ex-sherry hogshead, which means it was seasoned. This I don't think was seasoned. I have the feeling this is the old type of sherry that actually everyone loved back then. On the nose. I get some chocolate covered raisins with some leather added in there for good luck. I get a little bit of toasted almonds with a little bit of orange peel. I do find that there's a little bit of alcohol in here, but this is fantastic. Fantastic. This is something I just want to, if this was a perfume, I would love it. This is really good. And it even has that spicy oak moment with a tiny, tiny little bit of mocha. And I'm not a big fan of mocha, but I like this. Got some plums, got some cloves, some cinnamon, some star anise in here. This is good stuff. On the nose, a solid B. Over here are, it's even on the nose a little bit nasty. The first fill X Sherry hogshead. And this is the problem that you have, or that I have. Maybe you don't, but I have. I'm going to buy a Speymalt. I'm going to buy an expensive bottle of Speymalt. And it doesn't actually give me the information that I need to make a wise decision. Cask type. Now, sherry, yes, but what type of sherry? So here we actually know that it was the first fill X Sherry hogshead. Be a little bit careful, be a little bit suspicious. Over here, take a look at the color again. Oh, it's brown, it's not a red hue. Important. And also try before you buy it, if at all possible, someplace. Now, if I was a local dealer, I don't know if I'd actually open a bottle and let people try it, because I had to pay for that bottle, and giving away 200 euros on profit or 200 euros on costs, or even 300, is not something I like to do. So I understand that people won't. All right, so let's try this. This is, I really, really enjoy this. This is so good. 56.7% Slancha. To your health. Mm. Mm. Oh, yeah. Mm. It almost gets better towards the end. This is one of the whiskeys I'm just not going to do justice to. This is so good. There was a tiny little alcohol bitterness moment. If you add, not much, a few drops, bring it down to 52, 53%, and just let this whiskey speak to you. It's going to take you, took me on a journey. I know exactly where I am. And there's that wonderful candied orange peel, chocolate raisiny nut moment with a little bit of mocha and some spices thrown in there. This is fantastic. I'm going to give it a B plus. Not an A, because it's Macallan, because it's Speymalt. I just can't give it. My whole being just says no. You can't give it an A, but I'm gonna give it a B plus. Going over here to the other Macallan, Speymalt, 17 years old, 20 years old, 56.7. Over here we have 57.9. Yeah. Oh, yum, yucky. Now, I would be so mad. I'm not talking about a little angry. I would be so mad. Imagine you actually paid 300 some euros for this and said, hey, this is the best whiskey I've ever had. And I'm going to go out to my local dealer. I'm going to go buy another Speymalt. Hey, it's 2020. Very, very good. Oh, it's not 2000, it's 2003. Well, it's still a sherry. Good. Buy it, take it home, and go, what is this stuff? Ooh. And that shows the importance of barrels. And furthermore, it shows the importance and the changes in barrels since 2000 and between 2003. 2003 was a seasoned barrel 17 years ago. 2000 was probably a reused barrel. And that makes all the difference, people. This is so good. And we need to have that information. We need to know what to buy. And therefore, sometimes reviews like that are so important. Make sure, if you're going to go buy this, make sure you have cask number 1760. This is fabulous. Do not buy 1761 or 1759 or one whatever. 1760 is the only whiskey at the moment that I can actually recommend. Can I recommend buying this whiskey for 300 and some 50 euros, or maybe even on the secondary market 400, 450, 500, 600 euros? No. This is a D whiskey for value for money. A, why haven't you bought it? B, buy it. C, you can buy it if you want to. D, you don't need it. And F, why was this stuff even made? A D. I do not have pockets deep enough to go buy a bottle of whiskey for 300 euros normally. I've done bottle shares. People have actually done all this. This is actually something I do for we call them, and at least I call them my super fans. Patreon calls them the barflies. Ralphie calls them his. I don't know. They buy him a dram, so they're the Patreons and so on. This was a bottle I bought especially for them, and they had first dibs, and they actually got to have the samples from this at the price that was retail, not at secondary market prices. And so they were more than pleased with me to be able to do that. The same thing happened over here. Unfortunately, I was not happy with that. Now I'm very, very happy with it. And so that's not something I would do for myself. I would not take this bottle and then have friends over, enjoy it. My limit is about 100 euros where I do that. Anything over 100 euros, it's just like, don't touch that bottle. That's too much. No, 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 no. So, question of the day. What is your favorite Speymalt? And second question of the day, where do you get nervous at sharing your bottles? What price? Is it the 40 euro bottles? Is it 60, the 80, the 100 euros or dollar, a pound? Or is it actually hey, friends or whiskies there to be shared with? I don't care how expensive it was. I'm going to share whoever comes over. All right. Thank you very much for watching. This is absolutely a doozy. I really, really liked it. This is not finger. Keep your fingers away from the cask number 6705. I cannot recommend it. And if you ever have any first fill sherry hogsheads, always be reminded hogsheads are not used in the sherry industry. Always going to be a seasoned cask. All right. Whiskey Jason here. All the best. Please like, subscribe, tell others. Maybe even share this whiskey. Be careful. Not all Speymalts are created equally. Bye-bye.